Hi, it's Laurie, author of Growing Forward When You Can't Go Back. I'm going to read bits of chapter 1. Behind me is Deep Cove and Panorama Park. I thought it would be nice for you to look at it while I read chapter 1. Recreating and replanting with Eve. Families, created by God in the beginning, gave us our first taste of love and joy, and inevitably grief. Sisters sail away, sons wander dark paths, parents wither and die, husbands leave. Eve's response to her losses and the blossom tips woven through this chapter show us how to flourish even when we're no longer living in the Garden of Eden. Sisters no more. I haven't returned your phone calls because I don't want to talk to you, said my sister. Not now, not ever. I don't want you in my life anymore. She hung up the phone. That was the day, 12 years ago, that I learned what keening means. I dropped to my knees and wailed like never before. Good thing I was home alone in a little cottage on an island off the coast of British Columbia. If I'd been living in the city, somebody would have called 911. Now, looking back on my sister's decision never to speak to me again, I see the signs I'd been ignoring for years. Our relationship was stormy from the beginning. We would often argue and not speak for months. We often seemed to be fighting about something, sometimes not even knowing what or why. She'd long ago stopped speaking to our mom. She refused to visit our dying aunt in hospice, and a few years earlier, she had left her husband and 2 daughters. She was a leaver, but I never dreamed she'd leave me. Not because of me, but because of our childhood. We grew up with a single schizophrenic mother, moved in and out of foster homes, and didn't have a father. We had no other family. Our grandmother and aunt both were gone. We were all we had, and I thought we'd be together forever. But now, it was just me. Not best friends forever. My sister and I often joked about getting old together, sitting in our rocking chairs on the front porch, reliving our childhood and remembering our favorite foster parents. Gary was the Dairy King. When he made sundaes, we were allowed as much ice cream, chocolate syrup, whipped cream, and sprinkles as we wanted. Foster mom Beth had only one arm, yet she baked bread, planted a vegetable garden, and probably decorated a real tree at Christmas. I never found out. We didn't live with them that long. When my sister unexpectedly cut me out of her life, without telling me why or what I had done wrong, I was blindsided. We'd been through so much together. Letting her go was horrible because I wasn't just losing a sister, I was losing part of myself, my identity, my past, and my future. I couldn't imagine a world without her. And what did it say about me that my own sister didn't want me in her life anymore? I struggled with confusion, guilt, and self-condemnation. It took me years to work through my insecurity and shame, to let go of who I thought I was and receive a new identity. It was an uphill battle because I fought alone. I refused to accept a new self-image from God because I didn't want to let go of my sister or the past. I thought letting go of her meant that I would lose me. And then, when I was finally ready to walk into a new season of life, I didn't know how. The bittersweetness of letting go. When you lose someone you love, you need time to adjust to their physical absence. Life is emptier and quieter when that person is missing. Birthdays aren't as happy, Christmas isn't as merry, anniversaries aren't as special, and life just isn't as bright. But it's the unexpected, often shocking emotions that can knock you sideways. For instance, after my sister left, I wondered if healing would have been easier if she had died, instead of choosing to reject me. Her decision had sent me spiraling downward into confusion, guilt, and shame. I couldn't figure out what I had done wrong, and she never told me. I invented a million ways I was bad, selfish, unlovable, unworthy. My imagination cycled through endless loops of self-condemnation and self-loathing. My sister is still alive, and I'm glad, but we have almost no contact. I accept it. Maybe one day we'll be reunited. I hope so. I occasionally send her notes saying I'm here if she wants to talk. Maybe she'll reach out, or maybe I'll never see my sister again. Either way, I have stopped torturing myself and I refuse to be buried in guilt and shame. Counseling helped me start the healing process by digging through the rock wall around my heart. I learned about the after effects of a traumatic childhood and how to give myself comfort, compassion, and love. But counseling didn't hear my heart or become the bedrock of my self-identity. God took care of that. Bringing the past with us. Recovering from my sister's rejection was like pushing a boulder uphill. Every day it would roll down and I'd have to start over at the bottom. But the truth is, I didn't really want to heal and move on. I just wanted my little sister back in my life. I missed the good, fun, happy parts of our relationship. I often thought about our funny moments, secrets, and shared memories. Without her, I felt alone and untethered. My sister took a huge piece of me when she left, and I wanted it back. I resisted healing because healing meant letting go of the past. Truly recovering meant moving forward into a new life without her. If I moved on, I'd lose my identity as the Laurie I once was. I'd lose the good parts of my childhood, the comforting feelings of family, love, and home. I gripped my pain because it was my only connection to my sister and my past. But then I got tired of pushing that boulder uphill, day after day. It was emotionally and spiritually exhausting, and it left me without energy or motivation to start healthy new relationships. I began to realize I was basing my identity and my future on my sister's approval and love. If she accepted me, then I was acceptable. If she loved me, then I was lovable. Without her, I thought I was nothing. I was basing my identity on the wrong relationship. Growing forward. After 10 years of pushing my boulder of guilt and shame uphill, backwards, I finally dropped the burden and picked up the blossoms. As this book unfolds, you'll discover what helped me grow forward. You'll also learn how other people and a few of my She Blossoms readers recovered from loss. Our experiences can help you work through your own difficulties if you plant and nurture the seeds. Remember that time does not heal all wounds. I didn't need a decade of boulder pushing to recover from my sister's rejection. It just took me that long to learn how to start and nurture the healing process. How we choose to spend our time is the key to moving forward in a new season of life. I found counseling psychologically and emotionally helpful, but it didn't transform me spiritually. I needed to change how I saw myself and my past. I had to root my self-image and identity in God before I could truly flourish. It's time to move on and grow forward. Let's bid yesterday a warm farewell and tuck it away in our hearts. Our memories and loved ones will always be with us, but we won't let the past hold us back from becoming who God created us to be.